Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week and answer your questions live. If you have a question you want to ask us, just ask it right now in the comments section down below, and we will get to it before the end of the show. Now, a couple of things I just wanted to remind you guys about. One, we have our 200,000 subscriber giveaway, so if you have not entered in, you might want to start. I think we only have so many entries so far. I want to say we have about 50 entries, I think, for the regular one, and the international one I believe is up to like 20, 22 or something along those lines. So if you have not entered in that giveaway, make sure to check out our video, enter in with all the details on there, and get a chance to win. I mean, we have 3 phones we're giving away, so not bad at all. Alright, now the second thing I wanted to do before starting up is showing you guys the new Rigsby shirts. So a lot of you guys have asked for a different kind of shirt and clothing and all that kind of stuff. You can get these in hoodies and whatever you want, but we have the new Rigsby shirts. So just wanted to share those with you guys if you guys hadn't seen the tweet that we did earlier this week. And these were actually the first ones that sold. So thank you whoever bought the first couple of shirts, and someone bought a hoodie. So thank you guys for that. I really appreciate it. I didn't know how these would do, so I guess some of you guys liked them. And if you look at the background, you might know why we did 116. Alright, now without further ado, let's get to the weekly news. Now, first of all, with the weekly news, we have the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus have actually smaller batteries than the previous iPhones. Now, Apple is stating that they have the same battery life, if not better, but these are smaller batteries, so we're going to have to test to see how well they do in terms of battery life when we actually get them. Again, this is always a subjective thing when we actually see them, how it is. So overall, it's really interesting to see how it'll be, because look, with the Note 8, we were all complaining about the battery being smaller, but the battery life is basically better than the S8 for my testing. So we don't know how it'll turn out, but I'm very curious to see how it will turn out. So, but this is a comparison. The iPhone 7 had a 1960 battery, and the iPhone 8 has a 1821 battery. That being said, the iPhone 8 Plus has a smaller battery, more of a distance, I would say, than we've ever seen. The iPhone 8 Plus is the smallest Plus battery we have yet to have. What do I mean by that? I mean, it is a 2675. The iPhone 7 Plus was a 2900. Now, keeping in mind this, that between the 6 and the 6S Plus, they actually did go down as well. Went from a 2915 to a 2750. Again, Apple boasting that, oh, well, our improvements through the software made it possible. But I want to know your guys' feedback. Are you always kind of weary when they do this, when batteries get smaller? I know there was a big thing that we talked about with the Note 8 about a month ago. So let me know your thoughts on this. How are you surprised that they have gone down? And let me know your thoughts in the comments section. In other news, Samsung has officially basically stated on their website that the Note 8 shoots 4K Ultra HD at 60 FPS, which it currently does not. So what we are expecting now is an update from Samsung updating the Galaxy Note 8 to 4K at 60 FPS. Why is this such a big deal? Well, obviously the iPhones being released this upcoming Friday will have that ability. So that's a big thing, that's a feature that the Note 8 doesn't have, and that every new iPhone will have. So that's a big deal. I mean, for that's a really big deal. But the bigger reason why that's so important is because of the fact that that would be the mode I would love to shoot in. The funny thing about it is my current camera that I'm shooting on right now can't even do that. I shoot with 2 Lumixes, and both of them shoot at most at either 1080p at 60 FPS, which is what I'm recording in right now, or they film in 4K at 30 FPS. I would love to film at 4K 60 FPS because that would be the best quality I would want to film at currently right now, without getting too far into having to wait for editing times to go dramatic and all of that. But that would be my ideal time. So I'm really curious to see, would you guys want this quality on the Note 8? Are you excited that this might come to the Note 8? And also, when do you think it would come? I do not think they're going to get it by next Friday, by this upcoming Friday. I do think it will be the following time. So basically, I do believe that the Note 8 will get it in October. I believe it'll get it before the iPhone X release. I do not believe it's going to get it before the iPhone 8 release. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Do you guys think it'll be sooner or later? And finally, we did get the Xiaomi Mi Mix 2, and I wasn't as excited for it. The pictures actually that we leaked last week looked better than I feel the final product did. It had a lot smaller chin, and not that this one's, you know, big, but it's just not the wow factor that I was looking for. We are working on getting a review unit, so stay tuned for that. We will see if we're going to be able to get one from Xiaomi, but the main thing about this phone is it's kind of like the Xiaomi 1 with today's specs, but the biggest difference about it, the biggest differentiator about it, is that this one can be used in the US without a problem. Google apps are on it, and it supports almost every US band. So that's the thing. If you did want to try out Xiaomi, it's a really high quality brand in China. It's I still believe they're second behind Huawei, but like Huawei sells more, but Xiaomi is the higher end, kind of like a Samsung versus Apple around the world, but just in China. So yeah. Also, DJ Co clarified what I had said since last year. I basically had told you guys that originally the Galaxy X Project Valley, the first bendable smartphone, was going to be coming out. It was due with the Note 8. I told you that last March when I told you about the iPhone X. Now that being said, it was pushed back due to the Note 7 disaster. That really pushed everything back a year. So now it was not scheduled to come with the Note 8 any longer this year, but it was scheduled to come out with the Note 9 next year. So DJ Co just basically said he hopes by the end of next year we're going to get the first bendable phone, which of course would mean that we will get the Galaxy X phone. Now here's the thing about the Galaxy X. I think that's going to be a problem with the name, because I feel, and I think Samsung will do it, because Samsung doesn't care about always copying Apple when it comes to like name schemes and certain things like that, like the S or the Plus. Oh my god, I hated that they called the S8 Plus. I hated that they called that. I remember one of my viewers actually said the best thing. It should have been called the S8 Elite. That would have freaking been like, oh my god, not only will you sell more of that, but that just sounds so much cooler than Plus. But I think that's going to have a lot of Apple fans saying that, oh my god, of course, you know, Apple named their phone the iPhone X, and now Samsung has to name theirs the Galaxy X. And I think the X would be more appropriate, to be honest, for the Galaxy X, because it has an X factor, and this iPhone turned out to be the iPhone 10 instead of the iPhone X. But I nonetheless, we're going to hear that next year. So prepare for that, because that will happen next year. Alright, and the final part is that Google has officially announced their Pixel 2 will be coming October 4th. So we will be covering that, of course. We have not got an invite to Mountain View, unfortunately, but we will be covering the Pixel launch. So very excited to see how that goes, and definitely very interested to see how that'll all come to pass. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited about the Pixel 2? I am just kind of bummed, because as far as I know, it's not going to have wireless charging, and that really deflates my excitement for the phone. Not saying that I'm not excited at all, but just not as excited because of that. Alright guys, so let's get started on your questions now. Again, if you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section, and I will get to it before the end of the show. Hi Ricky, I was going to download TubeMate. When it asked for permission, I read it can read my SD card and delete my files. Is that safe? You have to make sure you download it correctly. I have a lot of people, you know, so how these sites work when it's not, let me see. I'm going to try to, where is TubeMate? I'm going to show you guys how to download TubeMate so you guys don't get the wrong idea, because there can be ads that trick you into downloading garbage. So you have to be careful with that. So tubemate.net, right? So let's go to tubemate.net and let's go over here. Let's not show the chat. And let me just take that out. Boom. And okay, screen capture. Sorry, I was not prepared for this, so, but we'll wing it. Alright guys, so this is the TubeMate website, right? tubemate.net. Let's go to the first one. It really doesn't matter which one you go to. I'm actually trying out the beta now since I since I found the link for you guys. I was like, oh, let me try out the beta. I actually like the way it looks a lot better, but it's up to you what you want to try. So let's get up to down, right? So we're going to this website. I'm gonna click download here. Oh, and actually this one has no kind of hidden ask thing or whatever. But let's go to another one just so we actually get what I was talking about. Oh no, we are not doing that. Android freeware, is that one? Okay, so like this website, right? Install the app. Alright, this doesn't have that issue either, but sometimes you get like these things. This is an ad. This isn't the actual link. So that's what I meant, is that sometimes you get these weird things that basically try to get you to download something, and it's not actually, like, they'll be like this, download right here, or this, look, this is perfect, start download. This is not what you click. This is not what you click. These things are ads. These things are ads, so you have to be very careful with that. This is the actual link to download. These two are ads, but people think like, oh, it doesn't matter where I click it, and no, it does. This happens a lot with APK Mirror. So a lot of people had issues downloading S-Note when I had shared that with you guys. And this is what you, so let's just Google Photos. Sure, we'll go with Google Photos. See available APKs. Let's download the latest one. And as soon as the ads load, you're gonna see like all these things. Yeah, ad blocker. Oh no, because the ad blocker is stopping some of these ads from coming up. But there would basically be a thing like here, like download and all this kind of stuff. But this is the only section that you actually download the APK. So that's a big thing that I wanted to make sure and clear with you guys, so you guys know not to download anything false. This is the same thing for Android Auto. For TubeMate is here actually as well. So if you just want to download TubeMate from Android APK or sorry, APK Mirror, download it from here. But yeah, if I was to remove my ad blocker, don't block this page. Don't run on this page, sorry. Don't run on this page. So, you see all this crap? All this isn't actually, you know, downloading the app. This is downloading something different. This is an advertisement. But a lot of people I felt were clicking this, and this is the actual thing you want to click. So, again, just wanted to break that down for you guys, because I had a lot of people saying that they didn't know how to install the S-Note or any of the other apps. So this is how you do it. So just be very careful of third-party websites that are not the Play Store and doing it the right way. I'm going to show you guys this because there is a feature that I also found I could bring back to to the Note 8 that was on the S8 but was not on this phone. So I'll do a video on that. I think that video is coming out tomorrow night. Alright, so let's get back to the... Can you do update video on the Nova launcher? Yes, I will do an update video for Nova. I feel like I have to do that at least once a year just because people always ask about Nova launcher. Super Retina display. Really, Apple? Yeah, I did this really... if you guys aren't following me on Instagram or Twitter, just at the YouTube Tech Guy, I did this really funny picture. I didn't do it. I didn't create it, but I reposted it, and it's so hilarious. Samsung's like, I made this. And then gives it to Apple, and then Apple's like holding Super AMOLED, and then Apple's like changes it to Super Retina. It's like, I made this. So I thought it was just funny because it's like, yeah, that's basically what happened up there. Alright, hey Ricky, it's your boy Macho. Hey man, what's up? Hello, hey, what's up, party people? Tag team, back again. Alright, what do you expect for the Note 9? Wow, we're already getting questions about the Note 9. What do I expect for the Note 9? Don't know yet. It's a long ways away, so I am not sure what to expect for the Note 9. I think we will have a fingerprint scanner underneath the display. That is the one thing that I am like 90% positive. The Note 9 will have a fingerprint scanner under the display. Hey Ricky, how are you doing? Question, what is the best phone do you think it's 500 right now? Well, that's very tricky. So right now I would say it's between the OnePlus 5 and the Moto Z2 Play. I did a video on that, so make sure to go ahead and check it out for a further detail on it. But the OnePlus 5 is the best one for just a straight out great phone. It's actually my secondary device until my iPhone comes in. So right now my primary is the Note 8, my secondary is the OnePlus 5, and then it's going to switch to the V30 and the iPhone when I get those. But that is the best one for just a straight up good phone, good battery life, good camera. Nothing great, I would say. Like, it's not the flagship killer that it was once advertised as in terms of camera and battery, but really good. It's a solid device all the way around. The Moto G, not Moto G5 Plus, the Moto Z2 Play has a bigger ecosystem. You can add things like wireless charging that you can't have on the OnePlus 5. You can add things like a really good sound quality with like a JBL speaker. You can add a bigger battery life to get double the battery life for the OnePlus 5. So you have a way bigger ecosystem, not to mention manufacturers make more cases for the Moto Z2 Play compared to the OnePlus 5. So the OnePlus 5, I would say its biggest fault is like accessory makers do not care about OnePlus 5. Like, they do not care. Doesn't sell as much to do it, so they don't care about it as much. So yeah, that's the main thing about it. What Type-C is good for charging the Note 8? I did a video on the best Type-C cables for the Note 8 and S8, so go ahead and check that video out. I go through 3 of them. One of them I have right here. This is the Tilt one, where it's like a Type Duo. Basically, the main thing you look for in a Type-C charger is supports fast charging, and 2, I highly recommend a 2-in-1 that does this. That you have a micro USB and you have a Type-C. The reason is because things like headphones you may have, say like I have some headphones over here, this uses micro USB. I still need to charge this. I have battery packs that might use, micro USB. I have mouse. My mouse uses micro USB, you know? So I have all these different things that still use micro USB, and you want to be able to charge everything. So yeah, there you go. I think there will be a Galaxy SX and a Note X. I do not believe that to be true, just because they have not been out for 10 years. So I don't believe that will be true until we get to the 10-year mark. Then there could be. iPhone 8 Plus or X. So which phone do you get? Do you get the iPhone 8 Plus or the iPhone X? To my surprise, the iPhone 8 Plus really has not sold that much. Like, if you look, let's take a look right now. If I take a look right now on Apple's website, right? Apple. iPhone 8. Let's just go to Apple.com. Alright, and I'll share this with you guys, just so you can see it. So if we go right now to the iPhone, and we go to the 8. The wait time, the day of, didn't automatically get to, like everything didn't get to 2 weeks. So the unlocked version sold the most comparatively. So let's, iPhone 8 Plus, without a carrier, the gray, 1 to 2 weeks, still 1 to 2 weeks. But only 1 to 2 weeks. It hasn't gotten to the 3 or 4 weeks mark yet. The gold will probably be about the same. Here's the thing: as of 2 days ago, the silver was still available on launch day. The silver is no longer available on launch day, but that was the last one. Like, the silver is not selling as well. Let's go to AT&T. AT&T is the biggest carrier for Apple. 1 to 2 weeks. How about the silver? The silver, you can still get the 64 gig version on the 22nd. So the silver is the least popular. That is what I've deduced from all of this. And the iPhone 8 is even less popular comparing to all of these. So I just want to see if the SIM-free... Oh, okay, so the SIM-free now looks like, so you don't have to be tied down to a carrier. Looks like it's pretty much sold out, but both. You can get the 256 and the 64 gigs of the iPhone 8 still on day 1. So yeah, just to give you an idea, the silver is the least popular, and we got the silver. Why? Because we could get it day 1. So that that night when we were ordering our iPhone, we were like, we can get the black iPhone 8 Plus, which is the most popular, but we're gonna have to wait a week after launch. And we were like, no, that's crazy. So we got the iPhone 8 Plus Silver, and we're getting that launch day. So there you go. Oh, but so to answer your question, I don't know if the iPhone X really has enough to offer more than the wow factor. The battery life is better on the iPhone 8 Plus than the iPhone X. So take that for first thing. The battery life is better. Right now, Apple is saying that it's an hour to 2 hours better, depending on what you're talking about, talk time and all that. But that's estimate. So it's very going to be curious to see how it does. But the iPhone 8 Plus currently right now seems to be a better phone overall. So I'm very curious. Very curious. But yeah, it's very interesting to see how that will work. Hey, have you heard the news of the Google Pixel 2 and more than I thought and the X? I'm not sure what you mean by the Google Pixel 2 more than I thought, but yeah, Google Pixel 2, we'll have to see what it comes out with, but so far I don't know any differentiator or wow factor that the Pixel 2 is going to offer yet. It's going to have the dual camera, it's going to have the slim bezels like every other phone, but what is going to be the difference maker besides the software update between the V30, the Note 8, and the Pixel XL2? That's my question. The only Gear VR headset will work with the Note 8. I tried the others. Yes, only the new Gear VR will work with the Note 8. The reason is because the Note 8 is longer than all of the other devices, so it will not fit in the old VR headset. So you do have to get the new Gear VR that was released this month. However, with that new Gear VR headset, it is backwards compatible to all the other devices. Happy to report I'm watching this on my Note 8. Hey, congratulations, Derek. S9 modular. That is still the rumor right now that the S9 could be modular. I would say we have to wait till December to get a little bit more, or at least November, to hear a bit more if that is actually moving forward. Right now, Samsung is in the drawing stage. Basically, they're in the schematics, planning, and all that kind of stuff. Then they're going to make about 3 dummies in October and kind of see which one, not dummies per se, they're actually prototypes, full-on prototypes. So they'll make 3 prototypes in October, decide which one in November, and then move forward with that going forward. So that's how it works. How do you watch YouTube videos in 1440p? YouTube only lets me go to 1080. Yes, I adjusted my display settings. Oh, this video isn't in 1440p. So the person making the video has to upload at 1440p or at 4K. I do not upload at 4K. Why? Because I prefer to upload at 1080p at 60 FPS rather than 4K. If I was uploading at 4K and you have a resolution enabled for 1440p, then you could select up to that amount, but my video maxes out at 1080p at 60 FPS. So there you go. I think it's a shame that Apple will force you to get a separate fast charger for 70 bucks and has slow wireless charger. Yeah, that does suck. Even for Apple, I was shocked that the fast charger is 2 separate parts and you have to buy those separately and they come out to about 70 bucks. That is bad even for Apple. I'm sorry. That is just ridiculous. Like, for $1,000 for the iPhone X, the fast charger should have been included. Whatever. For the iPhone 8 Plus and the iPhone 8, fine, don't include it. But for the iPhone X, that's $1,000 smartphone. It does not cost you that much to make that fast charger. That should be free with the iPhone X. I think that's insulting, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. Returning my Note 8 for the 8 Plus. LOL. Android just isn't my thing. Hey, it always depends on the person. Apple is greedy. Haha. Woohoo. Rigsby has been implemented. Also, greetings, everyone. Is there a voice answer or reject function on the Note 8 like on the Note 4? I haven't really looked for it, actually. I never used that function. I knew of it, but I never really looked for it. Where it would be under call, settings, and then answering. So, oops. Not contact them. I don't want to contact Samsung. Call. Nope. So it does not look like you can answer it with your voice, at least not upon a quick look. Looking at the phone, it does not look like you can answer it with your voice. I would look under accessibility too, but from what I see, no. Hi Ricky, how's it going? Why would anyone spend $1,000 on a phone, $200 for Apple Care, and then another $100 to $150 for the other accessories needed to wirelessly charge? To be fair, to use the wireless charging, you don't actually need to buy their wireless charging AirPower. I will give there's 2 things that I will give Apple at their press conference that did surprise me. One, that they're just using the regular standard for Qi wireless charging. So as long as you have a Qi wireless charger, it's going to work for Apple. So that's really great. The second thing is, one thing that I think they're amazing for doing, and I'm going to be really surprised if Hollywood really keeps releasing 4K content for Apple because they might stop, I think. But Apple took them on with this, that Apple said you will not have to pay any more money for 4K videos. So you're paying the same price for all 4K videos that you are for HD videos, which like on Google Play, on Vudu, on any place where you buy digital copies of video, you are paying $5 to even $10 more for 4K versus HD. So that I have to hand it to Apple. That was very unlike Apple, I would say, and those are the two things I would give them. iPhone X loses the home button. Am I the only one who's heard assisted touch? The home button remains along many familiar prompts with assisted touch. It's very curious to see how Apple implemented all of the accessibility features that the home button did also offer. We're gonna have to wait and see when it comes out. I'm happy with the Note 8. I'm happy that my Note 8 isn't exploding. That's always good, of course. So that means I'm keeping keeping the smaller battery. So be it. I love my Note 8. Please tell me the 4K 60 FPS will come to Snapdragon devices too, or is it only Exynos? We have not heard which devices it would come to. Samsung has actually not addressed it either. You know, the Samsung did not say, oh, we're bringing this update out. They just literally have it on their website. So some people are even saying, what if this is just a mistake? Like they posted that, but it doesn't really have that. So curious. I think iPhone will cannibalize their own sales by selling devices so far apart from each other. I will say this, isn't the iPhone SE only like, it's really inexpensive now. Like entry-level device, entry-level Android device inexpensive. So if I buy an iPhone SE, how much does it cost? $350. That is really inexpensive. I mean, you're talking about the Moto G5 Plus price right there. That is very inexpensive. Apple is getting very competitive at the low-end market, which is going to help them sell more. How's the battery life on your Note 8? The battery life on my Note 8 is really good. I get really good battery life on it. Now, I did do, if you watch my video on how to improve the battery life and how to speed up the phone, that video will help you get about an hour to an hour and a half longer battery life. So make sure to check that out. Sorry, not an hour to an hour more screen on time than regular battery life. Battery life, it should give you about 2 to 3 hours more. Look at the side of the Note 8. Do you see the color bleeding off the side of the screen? No. Other people have asked me that, but no, I don't see it bleeding off on mine. Also, which one do you think will sell more, the iPhone 8 or the iPhone X? Judging by this, I would have to say it looks like Apple people are going to really buy the iPhone X, because the fact that I can still buy an iPhone 8 right now and get it on launch day is insane. I mean, this is 2 days after pre-orders. You would think it would be completely gone by now. So I have a feeling that, yeah, the iPhone X is going to sell a lot more, which is surprising, but so people are willing to pay $1,000 more. I do think it has a lot to deal with the fact that at this point, as consumers, we're not seeing the $1,000 price tag, we're just seeing the monthly price, you know? And that's the thing, like, what is it? I think it's iPhone X. If you buy that, how much is it a month right now? So $50 a month. So $50 a month for the iPhone X, right? If you get the iPhone 8 Plus 64 gig model, 64, not 256, but if you get that model, it is how much a month? Oops, nope, not the iPhone 8. $40 a month. So, see, in your mind, if you just think, oh, it's only $10 more a month, that doesn't sound as bad. And I think that's why people are kind of doing it. Would I don't, if if I wasn't a reviewer, I don't think I would buy the iPhone X, to be honest. But I'm a reviewer, I'm gonna buy it. So yeah, that's my feedback. I mean, everyone's different, but it all depends on what you like. Look, I will tell people, is the Note 8 worth $100 to however much more depending on the sale, more than the S8 Plus? Yeah, it is. It is faster. It has, in my opinion, better battery life. It doesn't lag. It just is so much better. It feels way better in the hand. For me, the Note 8 is easily worth the price difference. And to some people, they're going to feel that way about the iPhone X over the iPhone 8 Plus. So it just depends on them. Will 60 FPS be available on the Note 8 Snapdragon 835? We do not know. Any update on Oreo? No. Oreo is on no device right now. Oreo will not be on any device till the Pixel, which the Pixel will probably come out mid to late October. And you're looking at December at the earliest for any other manufacturer. Well, sorry, for Samsung. Samsung will not get it before December at this point. They're going to get it January or later. The 64 won't be enough storage, so that's like $1149 for the 256. Yep. Wake up at 5:30, and by the time 9 p.m., 20 to 40% battery life. I mainly use social media and Netflix here. Wait, was he saying like his battery life isn't good or what? The Mi Mix 2 would have been better if it didn't have a chin. Yeah, I agree. But then it wouldn't have a selfie. 64 is enough storage for the average person. I would say 64 gig is like, that would be enough for like my mom or my brother, I would say. Thoughts on the HTC U11? What phone has the best sound currently? Currently, the best phone with the sound is still a phone from last year. We haven't got the replacement for it yet. Which I was going to bring that up. When someone asked me earlier, what's the best phone for $500? Well, we still don't have the Axon 8 or, more Huawei phones. So that's a big thing, because the Axon 7 was, in my opinion, probably the best phone for $400 last year. So I am very eager to see the replacement for that. But the Axon 7 would have the best sound quality of any smartphone right now, speaker-wise. That's from last year, though. Let's see. My parents use the S8 with no SD card. Yeah, there you go. Why is battery design the only thing not evolving over time? That's a good question. I think it's, in my opinion, one of the biggest things. Like, can you imagine if you wouldn't have to charge your smartphone at night? Like, that's insane. I think that would be so great, but I think we're so accustomed to having to charge it that it's not, like, we don't like it and we would love to have more, but we're so accustomed to it. If Nintendo made a smartphone with the battery life of the Nintendo DS, I could care less about the other specs. That is, yeah, of course, right? The 8 is not selling out. Watch LTE is. I would be curious on that. Can I still buy? Let me see. How long is the wait time for the Apple Watch Series 3? So let's try to get, there are so many different kinds. Let's just try to get this one. Um, 3 to 4 weeks for one of the Apple Watches. Let me see. So you can still get the Apple Watch Series 3 without cellular connection right away, but yeah, the cellular connection variant is pretty much sold out right now. I'm just going through a couple of different ones. 3 to 4 weeks. 22nd. Yeah, so it looks like the cellular one is the main one right now. It is 3 to 4 weeks out for most of these. 3 to 4 weeks out. Let's see for the more expensive one, the $599 one. Yeah, so pretty much for all of them, you're 3 to 4 weeks out for the Apple Watch right now, for LTE variant. Does the iPhone X support T-Mobile's new bands? They did not say, so I'm guessing no. T-Mobile would have said if it did. Do you think the Pixel 2 has a chance to dethrone the Note 8? A chance? Sure. Will it? Probably not. Not in sales. It doesn't have a chance in hell in sales, but it has a chance of actually being better. It's just looking for a phone that sounds good, like the HTC M7. Yeah, like I said, currently the X on 7 is currently the best sound quality. If Android fragmentation stopped becoming an issue, do you think a lot more iOS users would swap over Android? I don't care about Android fragmentation. I've been meaning to do a tech rant on this, but just to give you an idea, no one cares. If you are a person that's like, oh my god, I need the latest version of Android on my phone. Why? As soon as you get it, your phone's going to have issues. Why? Because the latest software is not meant for that hardware. The latest software has a future generation of hardware in its mind. Now, with Android O, that is different because it's going to have, the Pixel 2, I believe, will still have a Snapdragon 835, so it's made for that processor. But, like, if you have a Snapdragon 821 from last year, and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait till I have Android O, you're going to have nothing but problems once that comes out. It doesn't behoove you to get the latest version of Android. And for what? What do you really want about Android O? That's what I always ask people, like, what do you really want about Android O? Like when Android N was coming out, right? And people were like, oh my god, I can't wait till Android N. Android N sucked. Just completely sucked on the S7 Edge. It was horrible, it was janky, and what was everyone raving about with Android N? Oh, now split screen is native. Yeah, Samsung did a better job of split screen. Way better. Still, the best split screen on a smartphone right now is Samsung. They have the best implementation on a smartphone. I will give Apple its credit with the iPad. It's done a really good job of that. But on a phone, there is no better split screen than a Samsung currently right now. And that was after getting back a lot of features they had, because Google's implementation of it was garbage. So yeah, so I mean, those are things like, I'm like, why do you want the latest version of Android? Because most people don't know. They're just like, oh, well, I want the latest version. Why? Most people, like these other manufacturers, LG, Samsung, Huawei, they implement a lot of the stuff that Google finally gets to way earlier than Google. You don't need the latest version of Android more than half the time. So that's my thing. I'm always like, I could go on way more about that, but that would be a tech rant. Is there an easy way to know what video that are HDR on Netflix on the phone? It usually has a label on the TV, but I don't know if it has that label on your phone. You could actually search on Netflix for HDR, and all the HDR content will come up. Pixel XL not dethroned, but the Note 8, it will be a niche phone, absolutely. There's already has been a lot of Apple users switching to Android. Yes, there has been. People are saying that Samsung 4K 60 FPS is a typo. Yes, I've heard that as well. We do not know. Samsung has not publicly stated. Now, could they do that with the software update? Yes, they could. Will they, though? I don't know. As Holiday said last week, whoa, a lot of questions just loaded. Should be a shirt, because that always happens. Okay. Sorry, a whole bunch of questions just loaded right now. Okay. There we are. I told a sales rep at T-Mobile that the charging port on my wife's iPhone 6 isn't working. The rep said I need a brand new phone and the port can't be replaced. Is that true? No, the port can be replaced. Apple can replace it, but the cost is more the thing. But yeah, the port can be the part can be replaced. Yes. I saw your video on the Note 8 must-have videos. Do you have one for the S8? Maybe I missed it. I think I did make one for the S8, but really those must-have apps, I think all but 2 of them can work for the S8. So you can just use that video for the S8 as well. What I do is people don't search must-have apps. They search must-have, or sorry, let me correct myself. People don't search must-have apps for Android. They search must-have apps for the Galaxy S8. They search must-have apps for the Galaxy Note 8. So I decided that every 6 months, you know, I would do a new must-have apps video, and it will just be the latest version of whatever popular phone is out, because that's what will get views. Everyone is making Bluetooth 5.0. No one's making Bluetooth any device compatible. Yeah, definitely. Devices compatible would really be the main thing to get. But since Apple's doing it and Apple owns Apple and Samsung, the fact that they are in Bluetooth 5.0 is great because Apple owns Beats, Samsung owns Harman Kardon, JBL, B&O, and AKG. So both of them own some major music company, or sorry, not major music company, but major speaker and Bluetooth makers, basically. So, you know, you have speakers and you have headphones and you have all these different accessories that they are going to make sure that they implement, because now, then it's like, oh, well, we have Bluetooth 5.0, so it can work with our devices. What is TubeMate? It allows you to download YouTube videos. Not one of my games on the Note 8 will have Bluetooth headphones connected. The sound shudders. When I have Spotify going through, the sound doesn't shudder, but the game volume does. Any fix? First, Derek, I'm not sure what sound shudder means. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So if you can clarify that part. But overall, I have not had any issues with audio quality when connected via Bluetooth on my games. So I'm not sure. I did just get, both me and my wife has a T-Mobile variant, I have an international variant of the Note 8, and we both just did get an update pushed out that was supposed to solve some fixes. So see if you have downloaded that update yet. How do I view the website without ads? Thanks. You just get a ad blocker. Why the messages on the S8 doesn't turn on the screen? WhatsApp Messenger does. I think that's a notification thing. Like if you make it a priority, it will turn it on the screen, but if it's not, it won't. I just don't really notice it. I really always rely on my watch for all my notifications, so I just don't notice when it comes up as much, I guess. And I use Hangouts more than text messages. I almost text message very few people. I'm using a Huawei watch. Any recommendations on for a style watch? Like as in a different watch other than Huawei, or a band? I'm not sure about bands, but for a different watch, I'm currently using the Gear S3 Classic, which I really like. Another great one is the Huawei Watch 2. It's amazing. We reviewed it over here. Do you think I should get the UAG Monarch for the Note 8? UAG has been a go-to case for smartphones since the S4, but I've never used the Monarch yet. The red and black combo looks nice. What do you think? Thanks. I like the red and black. For me, it's a bit too heavy, so I wouldn't use it personally. I would more use the plasma, but that's me. It depends on the person, but yeah, it looks great, and it felt like freaking sturdy, but it's a little bit heavier. TubeMate has been around forever. Great YouTube downloader, but Phil Duo Tube is a close second. Yeah, there's been a couple of other ones that have come out to download YouTube videos. TubeMate still works, and I've never had an issue with it, so that's still the one I use. But there's been about 2 or 3 other good ones now from what I hear. TubeMate, the 3.0 beta looks so much better. Because that was my thing. I was like, dude, TubeMate, you need to update. Not that it's perfect now, but it still needs better quality. Ricky, best website for APKs. I love hacked games. Best one I would say is APK Mirror. That's where I get all my APKs that are not on the Play Store. When is your next tech rant video? I like those a lot. I definitely have to do the one for Samsung and OLED TVs, so we'll be coming up soon. Comparison between the iPad Pro and Note 8 stylus. That is an interesting comparison. You know what? My editor has the iPad Pro, so that would be an interesting comparison. Maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know what to do it against, though, because neither one of us can really draw. I don't know if he can, but I can for sure. It's curious. He uses OneNote on both, though, so that might be a good thing to kind of compare. We'll see. APK Android apps is worth all apps on the Apple Store. Subjective. S8 is great. Stereo speakers. Stereo speakers better be on the S9. God damn it, Samsung. I mean, shit. That is just... You should have that. When will ZTE release something new? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the Axon 8 so bad. Note 9 will be foldable? No, the Note 9 will not be foldable. The foldable series will be an entirely different series. Kind of like how Apple had the iPhone 8, iPhone 8 Plus, and iPhone X. The X is a completely different series. Now, I think... So a lot of people are saying like, oh, so next year it's going to be another 3 iPhones? I don't think so. I think the iPhone X is a one-time deal. And the iPhone 9 or the new iPhone or whatever they're going to call the iPhone... the next iPhone in next year will just be a, you know, Plus and a regular, but they will look like the iPhone X. That's my interpretation of what's going to happen. We'll wait and see, but a lot of people are just jumping to the conclusion, oh, iPhone X is just a new line in that series. I don't think so. I think this was a one-time thing for the 10th year anniversary, but I'm very, very curious to find out. Ricky, doesn't ad blocker affect ads on YouTube ads? Doesn't ad blocker block YouTube ads are on the web only? So yes, I do not use ad blocker on YouTube. However, I have a YouTube Red account, which means that if I watch a YouTube video, YouTubers get paid regardless, even though I'm not clicking on any ads, because advertisement does not show up for me, because I pay a monthly fee for my Google Music, which includes both YouTube Red and Google Music for $7.99. I think now everyone pays $9.99, or $15 for a family plan, and then everyone has YouTube Red and everyone has Google Play Music. True, many rumors saying that the next Samsung phones will be foldable. No, again, only one Samsung phone next year will be foldable. It'll be the Galaxy S9, S9 Plus, the Galaxy Note 9, and the Galaxy X. Those will be the 4 flagship phones that come out next year for Samsung. No offense, but when you said 30 plus videos on the Note 8, I was expecting phone size comparisons. I did do phone size comparisons as well, but yeah, I really did a lot of videos. I really wanted to just do a lot of content. And so far, I've been able to say that with 2 phones, so I'm very proud of myself on that. Like, I have the most content on the S8 and the Note 8 on YouTube. So that's really, I like that I can say that. And that's what I really want to bring to, like, you know, the LG V30, the iPhone X, the iPhone 8 Plus. Like, I really want to bring that as I keep growing. Have you heard anything new about the release date? Tizen update for the Gear S3? I wouldn't expect it earlier than October, if not November. I had a Note 2. I know the Note 5. I had the Note 2. No, I have the Note 5. I want to buy the Note 8. Is it worth $900? To me, it is. Will the Note have 1080p at 240 FPS? No word on that yet. Do you think Samsung will update the Note 8 to support T-Mobile 600 megahertz band, or wait till the S9 or Note 9? It'll wait till the S9. Let's be honest, T-Mobile 600 spectrum isn't ready yet. Like, it's very far between. It's going to be a lot more predominant at the end of this year, which again at the beginning of next year is when the S9 will come out. So it makes a lot more sense to implement it then, as to now when it's not really out there. Does the Note 8 have the hardware to have augmented reality like the iPhone X? Can the Note have this with the software update? Yeah, augmented reality has nothing to do with hardware, really. Like, the hardware is fast enough to do augmented reality. Look at Pokemon Go. It was able to work on the S7 and the G5 last year, you know? I mean, that's augmented reality. Could that be implemented? Yeah, currently right now, the S8, it has Google AR Core. All that you saw with the iPhone X in terms of augmented reality is software being developed for it. That was still not like final build. They're still working on this. This is all developers. Developers are also doing this for Google AR Kit. So that is currently, AR Core is how they do it, and AR Kit is Apple's. They're just two pieces of software that implement AR technology. They're very similar too, so when a developer makes one for one, they're going to make one for another one. Kind of like the same way you develop apps for iOS and Android. Same thing. Won't the new Gear VR not work on the Note 8 because it's longer than the S8? Yes, there is a new Gear VR. So there's a Gear VR that just came out this month. That one is the only one that works with the Note 8. Any recommendations for backing up your phone? Currently I have the Note 8, just need something in case of a situation from playing music in the car, not spending time. Not trying to spend more than $400. The G5 Plus, this phone is awesome. And that's $250, I think, normal price. I got this on sale for $179, but this is awesome. It has great battery life, definitely lasts you throughout the day, especially if you're using it as a backup phone. But this is really good as for a phone like that. Why is Apple advertising about wireless charging and not letting people know that they have to purchase equipment separately? Go Samsung. Not for, I mean, wireless charging, you have to buy a wireless charging pad, but you can buy pretty much any wireless charging pad. That is built into the phone, so that's fine. It's more the fast charging that is completely separate. My Bixby doesn't capture my voice at setup. It seems to not hear me unless I hold down the button. Try seeing if there's an update on the Galaxy App Store, because like you have to update every single one to really do it. Samsung did not send me a label to return my S7 Edge for the credit. I was a Note 7 owner. Customer service said 2 to 3 days. I still didn't get it. What's up with Samsung? They don't send it to you. You have to print it out. So I printed mine out from Samsung's website. Basically, if you go onto Samsung's website and you go to your order, so you sign in, right? Sign into your account, go under My Orders. It tells you print your return label, and you print it there. That's it. Because I was wondering that. I was like, I need my return label so I can ship off my G4, LG G4. And so I got, I went to the website, I went under My Orders, and saw it said right there, print out return label, printed it out, and then I'm shipping it off tomorrow. Oh, someone already said that. Yeah, go under website and you'll find it under there. Why is everyone saying the Note 8 can't handle 400? Why does everyone say the Note 8 can handle 400 gigs, but Samsung's website says 256? Is this going to affect the performance? So here's the thing. Note 8 can go up to 2 terabytes, but no one uses more than 256. Consumers only use 256. So that's all you need to advertise. It can go up to 2 terabytes, but they don't need to say that because of the fact that it doesn't need to advertise it because no one buys more than 256. 400 is a recent thing that just happened, pretty much in the past 2 months, really. But, you know, mainstream people aren't buying 400 gigabyte micro SD cards. That's why they don't advertise it. But yes, it can take up to 2 terabyte. But that's why. Was reading and watching the new Apple Watch and LTE. The funny part is you can only talk for an hour. So you're spending $400 for an hour. Really, Apple? Yeah, that's true. Hold on. I thought Samsung helped out the iPhone X. I'm so confused. Why would that be copying if they said they only gonna be the iPhone 8 for its 10th anniversary? I thought Samsung helped out with the iPhone X, so I'm confused. Why would it be copying at all? So they even said it was going to be an iPhone 8, but since it's the 10th anniversary. I'm not sure what you meant by that. Like, it is an iPhone X, yes, but the reason I said copying is because, again, they got the name first, and then Samsung will just use the X moniker as well, so people will say it's going to be copying. That's what I meant by that earlier. They let Samsung do the 10th anniversary phone. That's why it's called the X. Yeah. Hey, Ricky, do you think... No, but right now, currently, as of right now, the foldable phone is being called the Galaxy X internally in Samsung with codename Project Valley. But as of right now, they have been calling it the Galaxy X for like over a year now in Samsung. Which phone do you use? Currently, right now, I'm using the Galaxy Note 8 and the OnePlus 5. Will the Note 8 have 1080p at 60 FPS? The Note 8 currently has 1080p 60 FPS right now. Glad to see I got the Note 8. If not, for your honesty, Samsung would have me leaving the Note Edge. So thanks, you little thing. No problem. Is it just me, or is Google Pixel's image processor better than the Note 8's? Not on mine by any means, but I have said for a long time that it might just be my camera on the Google Pixel, but my Google Pixel XL has never had a great camera in low light. Ever. Hey, from Texas. Hey, Jeremy. Unless I'm missed it, have you reviewed the Winestone Dome Glass Screen Protector? No, they haven't sent it to me. Hey, Ricky, how easy is the SA to use? Pretty easy. I always say if my mom can figure it out, I would say like anyone can figure it out, right? Not that my mom is just, you know, she wasn't born in the technology thing and she has picked it up, so yeah. What do you think of the accessories both companies offer? Are you talking about from Samsung and from what two companies are you asking for, Frank? If you're asking for Samsung and Apple, I think they both offer a good amount of accessories. So real quick, my upgrade is coming around, and I was wondering, in your opinion, should I buy the LG V30 or the iPhone 8 Plus? The LG V30 is definitely going to have better audio, and longer battery life. The iPhone 8 Plus and the LG V30 has a better screen than the iPhone 8 Plus, not than the iPhone X. The iPhone 8 Plus has a better video recording in a sense. Okay, for automatic video recording, the iPhone X would, the iPhone 8 Plus will be better. For manual recording, the V30 would be worlds better. So take that as advice. Hi from Canada. Hey. I noticed that Instagram isn't split screen able anymore. I used to be. Am I doing something wrong? No, they switch back and forth. Again, it's their job to update the app, so Instagram just hasn't been doing it. Which is weird because Facebook always is doing it. It's the same company, but different teams. Hello from Brazil. Wow, all these different people watching from all different places. I don't know why Apple is saying that the fast charge, it won't fast charge, just use the power brick of the iPad and it works. Or just as well. Huh, that's interesting. I'll test that out. Is it possible to set Bixby to always listen and does it drain the battery really fast? Not really fast, but that does drain the battery more. It is always listening for hi Bixby. So yeah, it's listening for that. I have mine disabled though. And that is why I always say Bixby instead of Bixby. Simply because of the fact that it doesn't pick up my Bixby, but it picks up my Bixby. That makes sense. As I always get called out for that. Why are you saying... Alright. Jeff, may I have... My Note 8 is at my house. I just have to go get it. Awesome. Yeah, there's really a big difference besides the pen and slightly bigger screen. Yes, between the S8 and the Note 8, yeah. Bixby or Google Assistant on the Note 8? Google Assistant. I've been hearing since the IP8 event, Samsung has now prepared a fat upcoming camera update for the Note 8, including everything but the kitchen sink and 4K 60 FPS. God, I hope so. iPhone X will not have a home button with... No, it won't. I think the Note 8 is better because it has more specs than the iPhone X. Yes, but Samsung always has more specs than the iPhone. What's your choice of case for the Note 8, UAG or OtterBox? Thanks for your input. I would choose... I like the OtterBox Symmetry and the UAG Plasma. Those are my kind of cases more so. Currently, though, I am rocking the Tech 21 Evo Tactical, I think it's called. So this is my go-to case right now. Good day, Ricky. John here from Australia. I'm watching you on my new 1600 Note 8. Wow, man. OnePlus 5 is decent phone for 500, but that's all. Yeah. iPhone X or Note 8, which would you pick? For me, I would pick Note 8 as of right now, but I will buy both. So I'm a reviewer. I have to buy both. Nintendo Switch with phone compatibilities. That would be awesome. Watched the video the other day and it showed a new update will release where you could swipe up the app drawer and down the notification. Mine doesn't work on the S8 Plus. Oh yeah, someone told me about that. I wonder if that's implemented yet on my Note 8 because I did get an update. No, when I swipe down, it goes to the app drawer still. So at least I haven't got that kind of update yet. Or unless it's in the settings. I just use Nova, so I can already do that. I'm waiting on the S9 Plus. I think a lot of people will still wait on the S9 Plus. Just wanted to say thank you, Ricky, for these videos. Shame my phone carrier in Australia is in dispatch on the Note 8 until Friday. You're my go-to guy for reviews on tips on Android. Thank you, I appreciate that. Is this where Ricky takes questions from? Yes, this is where I take questions from. Ricky, is there an easy way to see what content is HDR on Netflix on the S8? Yeah, just search HDR, and pretty much all of them will come up. Oh, whoa. Whole bunch of questions just loaded. Do you mean Rigsby or Morty? Yeah. Can you believe I don't watch Rick and Morty? I know a lot of people have told me to watch it, and I have not watched Rick or Morty yet. Rick and Morty. How are you liking being 200K YouTuber? It feels the same. I mean, I'm also, it's just, so I've had 2 months since I've kind of really delved into YouTube, right? For the last 2 months, I have done better month over month. So I'm on a really good trajectory right now. Currently right now, I might even get more. And it's crazy to be growing this quickly, I will say. I'm putting more quality content, I feel like, and I'm still going to continue to do that. But that's the real wow factor for me. The fact that I see the numbers growing and growing and the views growing, and it's awesome. Like, if this trend goes, I could honestly do this comfortably. So that would be awesome to be. I'm not going to ever be a YouTuber full-time in the sense where I won't have another job. I still will have to have another job just to put more food on the table and obviously, you know, be able to take trips with me and my wife and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, yeah, would it be great to get to one day when I make 6 figures on YouTube? Hell yeah, I would. The rate it's going is really awesome. I'll say that. More people should hit the like button on the stream is dope. Thanks. I love how with the smaller battery, bigger screen, the Note 8 lasts longer. Completely unexpected. I know, right? As long as your phone is Android 6.0, so you can take advantage of adoptable storage. It really doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I agree. Did you already discuss the video update with the Note 8? Yeah, I discussed it. Basically, Samsung has not said this update is coming. They have just had it on their website that the Note 8 shoots 4K 60 FPS, and we know that's not true. So some people have thought it's an error. Some people have said, oh no, it's a big update that Samsung's coming out with. Samsung has not commented on it. So we don't know yet. My thing is, if it is an update, I do not think it'll happen by this Friday. That is what the original rumors said, that it will come out. They'll push out the update before the iPhone 8 comes out and has this feature. I do not think that's going to happen, but we'll wait and see. Yes, please do a tech rant on fragmentation. Would throw money at the screen to hear your deep thoughts about it. Yeah, I definitely will. Do you think Samsung will push out an update version of the Note to support T-Mobile 600 Spectrum? No, not needed. Again, T-Mobile 600 Spectrum is not that distributed yet, as it will be by the end of the year, and at that point the S9 will be ramping to come out, and that will support it. But literally, I think the V30 is still the only phone that supports it. Everyone who wants to, of course, hit the like button. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. I really do. When do you think you'll see a new battery technology better and longer lasting? Samsung is currently developing it. MIT is currently developing battery technologies. Samsung 2 years ago had come up with a technology that allowed you to get double the milliamps in half the size. So currently, you know, a phone like this has a 3,300 milliamp battery. They implemented a technology that would allow, it's still in research and development, so that's the thing. We don't know when this technology will come to fruition. A lot of testing has to be done, especially with Samsung now. But basically, a battery this size could actually fit 6,000 milliamps, which would be insane. But we're not there yet. That's currently in research and development at Samsung. Samsung spends about 11 to 15 billion a year on research and development. I think they're the second largest company behind. It was some car company that spends or not electricity company. It was some other company that was the only one that spent more than research and development. But Samsung spends more on research and development than Apple, Google, and who was it? LG, I think, combined. It spends the most on research and development. So a lot of the technologies that come out, that's why Samsung's usually ahead for that, because of that. At Ricky, how are your merch sales? Dude, I just got my first sales this week for merch, so I'm not expecting that much, honestly, when it comes to merch. I just thought this was a really cool thing because most merchandise websites, you have to make a minimum. Like, I'm going to order a YouTube Tech Guy coffee mug, since I'm always drinking coffee, right? So I'm going to order one of those. I'm going to order a Rigsby coffee mug. It's cool because I can wear it, you know, like I can wear my YouTube Tech Guy shirt and all this kind of stuff. And the quality is actually really good. It comes in a freaking wash bag, too. I never saw that, but I got these new shirts, the premium ones, and they come in a wash bag. Now remember, with the shirts, I'm not sure about the hoodies, but with the shirts, I do recommend going a size bigger. So like my friend that wears XL, I ordered him a 2XL shirt, and it fit him perfectly. So I do recommend ordering one size bigger. Not sure about for lady sizes, but at least for guy sizes, just so you know. Unless, you know, you're swole and you want to show off the pecs and all that kind of stuff, then yeah, do the regular size. It fits tight. I will buy a whole lot of questions just loaded. I will buy the whole a lot of questions just loaded shirt. Oh, you'll buy the whoa just loaded question shirt. I might make that shirt. Another one I might make just for fun is and that's the bottom line, because Rigsby said so. I think I'll make that to go with the Rigsby 116 shirt. Yeah, just good marketing to put in their most current phone in the name. So there is an S8 VR headset and a Note 8 VR headset, or it's the same one. No, yeah, that's two different headsets. There's an S8 VR headset that came out with the first one with the controller. Then there's the second one that is for the Note 8. So two different ones. I know it's confusing because they didn't really announce it. Samsung did not really announce the VR headset at their event, which they should have. It was kind of like in the background, like, oh, and we have a new VR headset, by the way. Do you think Samsung will push out an update version of the Note 8? No. Any idea how to get the original calendar widget for the Note 4 on Nova Launcher? Not sure. I haven't used that calendar widget in a long time. Any news on the AirPod-like earbuds Google will be releasing alongside the Pixel 2? Will they be compatible with the Note 8? The headphones will be compatible with every Android device, but no, we do not know much about them yet. I'm very curious. Any chance Samsung will allow a dedicated Bixby button to be programmable? Not right now. Where's your wife at? She's in the other room, really upset because she cannot stream while I... it's always funny because I always tell my wife every time I'm about to start this YouTube stream, she can't watch like Netflix. She can't stream anything because I need all the bandwidth. So, you know, she has to watch like regular TV or, you know, take her bath or whatever. But yeah. My wife will be making, for those of you who do know, that was a deal we had, that she will be making an appearance, and I'll ask, we're going to have a Q&A session. It won't be live, and she's going to screen the questions first, but we're going to have a Q&A session and all that kind of stuff with me and my wife this year. Before the end of this year, we are going to have that, but she has to get her hair done and all that stuff, so yeah. What do you think of all the Google Duo commercials? Google Duo, I still think it's stupid, but we'll see. For me, Hangouts is still way better than Allo and Duo. Have you played much with Samsung chat function? It seems the options some people but can't find besides Samsung versions of iMessage. It's okay. I mean, I don't use Samsung texting that much just because I use Hangouts more. What's your high-level opinion of Bixby? It just seems like the same. I don't know. Bixby to me is the same. Bixby is a good start, and I think it'll get better over time. I think by the S9, Bixby could be good. Not that it's not good right now. Bixby could be great by the S9 if Samsung goes in this direction. Which camera is better, Note 8 or iPhone X? Specs-wise, the Note 8 is better. We'll have to wait and see how it comes out. And that's camera in terms of photo, not video. Currently, right now, you cannot deny the iPhone X has the better video. Did you catch what was said about the Note 8 4K 60 FPS? Again, we do not know yet. We're waiting for it. That's the simple version, but yeah, we covered it twice already. Do you think the iPhone X is just a test to see if people like the design? No, I think they're going with that design from now on. Oh, stutter. No, the sound doesn't stutter on my games. No. Where did you find the OBB file Samsung S-Note action memo video you did? Where are you putting it after installing it on the app? It's not an OBB file, it's just an APK file. You might have downloaded the wrong thing, Jim. It should just be an APK file, nothing else. APK file. I went over, if you check out our video earlier, I went over how to download on APK Mirror because a lot of people were downloading the wrong thing. So check out earlier to see how to do it. And I'm going to do a walkthrough because there is another feature that the S8 had that the Note 8 doesn't. And I'm going to be doing a video on that, and I'm going to walk people through the APK mirror just so there's no more issues with that. Opinion on the Essential phone. Niche phone, never meant to sell many. It's, again, I was never excited about the Essential phone because I'm like, oh, it's like, you know, a BlackBerry Key 1. Great niche phone, but it's not going to do anything. That was my opinion on it. Do you have an iPhone X8 or 8 Plus? No, I am getting the iPhone 8 Plus Friday or Saturday. Verizon person told me G5 frequency makes dogs bark. G5 frequencies? Do you mean, or are you talking about you mean 5G frequencies? Because that's not true. It wouldn't be 5G frequency. It would be a the antenna that they would be using for distributing it, not necessarily the frequency itself, but that's a whole long discussion. You know, I was a bit disappointed with Samsung commercial that had all those phone reviews, YouTubers, and not you. Maybe next time, I hope. That would be so awesome. If I don't ever expect it to happen to be awesome, but if Samsung would ever put me in a commercial, I mean, because of the company it's with, right? Like, they have all these other YouTubers, and like, if I would be in line with that, that would be amazing. Ricky, YouTube Red is not available in the UK. Oh, whoa, a whole bunch of questions just loaded. Hopefully, YouTube Red is not implemented in the UK. Hopefully they implement it soon. Yeah, I love it. Is the Gear VR for the Note 8 better than Daydream for the Note 8? Currently, I don't use my Daydream. I've honestly never used the development for this has been very minimal, so I don't care for it that much, to be honest. There's way more apps available for Gear VR than there is for Daydream. What's the best clear case for the S8 Plus? I usually lean towards Spec because they won't ever turn yellow. But the Symmetry one is really good. That's the one my wife currently has. But Spec hasn't released theirs yet, so waiting on Spec for that one. I'm excited to get that one. Look up Volderman Smart Valet. Do you think it's worth it? Let's see what this is. Most powerful smart wallet. Okay, so it's a charger. Built-in battery pack, distance alarm, thief detected camera. That's interesting. Global Wi-Fi hotspot, worldwide GPS tracking. So, okay, passport cover, card holder, these are expensive. So, they only sell bifold, like, I use a bifold wallet. No, it's in the other room. I use, my favorite is, Dash, I think it's a Dash or Dosh, as my wallet. I really love it. It has RFID blocker, but I've never thought of the whole idea of the power bank in your wallet kind of thing. I just feel it makes it too thick. I'm all about thin wallets, and mine keeps it very thin. So it's not for me, but it's cool. Best tempered glass protector for the Note 8. I have not tried it yet, but the body glove was the best for the S8 Plus. The Alexar that I tested out was pretty good, but it depends if you like screen protectors. I don't like screen protectors on my Note 8, to be honest. What do you think about Apple will name the iPhones next year? I think it'll be called the iPhone 9. I do not think there will be an iPhone X next year. I think the iPhone 9 will look like the iPhone X. Or they will just call it the new iPhone. Just ordered the Note 8 a few days ago with DeX Gear VR with the fast wireless charging, and get the Gear S3 soon. You got everything. It seems like Apple doesn't have the same variety. That's true. The photo gallery with my Note 8 is messed up. I have over 500 photos in it, and I scroll up and it gets jittery. Have you heard, or what the recommendation would be fixed? What speed is your memory card? It could be that you might have a slow memory card and it's taking longer to load the photos than it does. If you don't have a memory card, then try upgrading the gallery app, because that did have an update when I first got my Note. Those would be the 2 recommendations off the top of my head. I wanted to say thanks for the amount of content you have been giving out lately. When I buy a phone, I always want to be hyped, and your content has been a great set point. Awesome. I'm really happy I could help out, Frank. Can you do more in-depth video on NoteBuddy? Yeah, I will. I haven't done a video on NoteBuddy for 2 years. Because I did do one back in the day. I can't justify $2,100 for the iPhone X. What a scam. A lot of people can't. Are you enjoying the Tech 21 case? Is it grippy? It's a really good grip. I love it. No, I'm not sponsored by them. How do you change the sound on the S Pen with NoteBuddy? And I download my notification sounds from Zedge. Ricky, didn't you say you would put your wife in a video when you hit the 200K? Yeah, and I'm waiting on that. Her hair isn't right yet. I don't understand, man. I don't understand, you know. Please answer my question. I've always had iPhones. I got the Note 8 now. I miss iMessage. Can I get that? No, you cannot get iMessage on Android. That is probably the biggest thing that people miss on Android. Honestly, if iMessage would ever be on Android, Apple would be screwed. No one would buy Apple anymore. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying they would lose hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions, with just iMessage alone. iMessage is the biggest thing that keeps people on iOS. That is statistically proven. Your opinion on Punk Case? I ordered one for the Note 8. I've never heard of Punk Case. Let's check it out. Looks cool. Looks a little thick. Really protective. Oh, they made a cool looking one for the iPhone. Looks cool. The honeycomb one is very weird looking. Yeah, it looks cool. I've never heard of this company. Let's see what Note 8 ones they have. Never heard of the company. The cases look really clean looking. But yeah, personally I've never heard of it. Will the Gear S3 get Bixby? Probably not. I think we are witnessing the demise of Apple. Rest in peace, Steve Jobs. Apple is making some pretty interesting choices that I guarantee you Steve Jobs would not have made. Yes, I do believe that. I believe Steve Jobs never would have allowed the lightning cable headphones on the iPhone with the implementation of the Type-C to charge the MacBook. He would have gone to one connection. Definitely. That's Steve Jobs in a nutshell. And he would have got that fingerprint scanner on the display. He would have. I have the Note 4 and S7 Edge. Both have cracks in them. I can't afford to fix one. Which one should I fix first? The S7 Edge is worth more money. Need a coffee mug that says, whoa, a whole lot of questions just loaded. I know. I will make that. That is next on the list for shirts. Whoa, a whole lot of questions just loaded. I'm going to actually copy that. That will be on a shirt. Alright guys, I'm winding down. We're at an hour and a half and my wife needs to stream her show or else she'll be mad at me. So I'm just going to answer these questions. Do you think Android Oreo will come out to the Note 8? Yes, it will most likely come out in January at this point. I don't think December is going to make it anymore. Which calendar widget do you use? I do not use any calendar widget. I actually just go into, I use HD widgets to have my calendar on there, and then I tap it to launch my calendar. But I do not have a calendar widget at all. I love Samsung's calendar app the most, if that helps. I saw her comment. Did my wife comment earlier that she wanted to... I saw her comment earlier that she wants to watch Netflix, but someone is using the... Wow, okay, my wife apparently commented earlier. Okay. I guess I'll get these going. Thanks. Each and every year we get new features, gimmicks on the latest, greatest cell phones. What feature do you think will be the next on cell phone? Next year will be the fingerprint on the screen. That will be the next one for next year. Sesame app yet? No. I knew I told you I would get to it. I have not gotten to it yet. I will get to it. Yeah, I got to keep my wife happy. Yes, I'm blowing through these questions. Does the Note 8 support fast wireless charging? Yes, it does. The Note 8's on-screen display, will it turn back on? When I turn it on, it will turn back off. Any suggestions to fix that to stay on longer? Yeah, you can change the timeout feature under settings, display, and how long the timeout is. How reliable is waterproofing on the Note 8? Would you dunk the phone and do a test video? Yeah, someone told me to do that because the Note 8 actually has better waterproofing than any other smartphone on the market, simply for the fact that you can use a pen underwater, and you can't do that with any other smartphone. Have you ever looked into or would be interested in reviewing a Scooch brand of case? I would always be interested in reviewing any kind of case. So what's so great about iMessage? A lot of people love iMessage. It's just, it's so ingrained for any Apple user. Your wife is a sister, Rick. They have to make sure they get their hair right first. I know. I've learned. How about the iPhone X? What about the iPhone X? Sorry, I'm just going through these quickly. I noticed you reviewed Mighty Tech's PC app on the S8. Are you having issues using it with T-Mobile? I have trouble with Mighty Tech's. I stopped using it now. I'm using AirDroid now because Mighty Tech's was having too many issues. Not gonna lie, I thought the screen went to all the way metal on the Note 8. How about the... Does Speak and Tough Armor work on the Whitestone dome plates? I'm not sure. I've not reviewed either one of those. Should I get a Note 8 S8 Plus or iPhone 8? Note 8 would probably be the best out of all of them, but it depends on you what you're looking for. Alright guys, we're going to call that a show, just because I just got a hangout message from my wife now too. So, we're going to end the show. Thank you guys always for watching. Make sure you give a like, thumbs up before you head out, and check out all of our other, we have the camera comparisons coming up this week. The first one comes up tomorrow with the Galaxy Note 8 and the iPhone 7 Plus, and we have lots of others coming down this week. Thank you guys always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.